Hi, you guys. So, God had dropped something in my spirit, and in between breaking, like working on a computer or whatever, and just been like in my spirit heavy all day long. Been in my spirit heavy for a couple of days, and I've been like praying and interceding. But this message is for the men, and these are for the men of God, or for the men that are really good men that are going through a lot of things. Um, just know that you are worth it. You are worth it too. God has been revealing to me, like, or I'm just getting like a lot of people, especially like guys, um, that confides in me about a lot of things when it comes to relationships and things of that nature, and what they've been through and what they had to endure, right? And so it saddens me because no one should have to go through that, whether it's men or women. But just learning for myself that there's a lot of good men out here that are going through just well as the women are going through. And these are men of God, right? We got to understand when we're chosen and we have a calling over our life, a mandate over our life. We can't be with any and everybody. But um, these are for like really men of God, and that's what Jezebels do. Jezebels, they go out and they attack men. They go out and attack the ones that are kings and try to attach themselves to that person, and now that person has to go through a lot of things with with that particular woman. And same thing, it can happen to a woman too as well with a man. But I'm just seeing God is just showing me, like, he has shown me before, like how a lot of his sons have been under attack, and how like they are going through some things, but they are good people. And um they're tolerating things because they're trying to keep the peace. They're tolerating things because of the sake of the children. And just wanted to come and encourage the men of God that you are worth it. You deserve happiness. You deserve love. You deserve all the things that God has promised you and has spoken over your life. You deserve it. And a lot of men don't like talking about some of the things that they go through because they don't want to feel like less than a man. They don't want to feel like they don't want people to feel, or they don't want to feel less than a man. They don't want people to put all their business in the street about what they're going through. The first thing people will call them is simps and all these other different type of things. But we have real men out here going through some things in life when it comes to, relationships, parenting their children, and just wanted to come and tell the men that they are worth it. Women, we are worth it too. We all worth it too. But God is just really showing me men during this time, and I know why He's showing me the men, because our men are supposed to be our leaders, right? They're supposed to be the leaders. Um, they're supposed to be the providers. They're supposed to be protectors. They're supposed to be, the pillars and things of that nature in our community. But we don't see a lot of that no more, or not like we should. It's because God was letting me know that the good men are being beat down. The good men are dealing with a lot of ladies or women that carry the Jezebel spirit, dealing with a lot of people that carry the women that carry the promiscuous spirit. And now that they're getting older, they're getting tired. And some of them, they kind of like are giving up on, not life, because like some of them, they have children and they want to be around and be there for their children, but they're giving up on the hopes of being in a happy marriage, being in a successful marriage, because of what all they have been through and what all they have endured. But you are worth it. You are worth it too. um and it's just different because God is just showing me how I'm witnessing now. I know how it is from a woman's perspective, but now I'm actually witnessing some things from a man's perspective, and seeing that men go through some of the same things in relationship that women go through. um because we got to realize it's a spirit. that has been sent out to attack the chosen. And if we are not careful, we get caught up and we get tangled in things that we shouldn't be caught up and tangled in. But we do serve a God of grace. We do serve a God of mercy. We do serve a God of forgiveness. And a lot of these men, they want to give themselves back to God, or they're working on getting themselves back right with God. But it's hard when you are fighting a witch. It's hard when you are fighting a constant Jezebel. Like, it's hard. And just want to let the man of God know that you are worth it. You are worth it. I pray that God gives you strength. I pray that God give you a way of escape. I pray that God gives you the answer, the solutions to your problems, because a lot of you guys, y'all do want to be made right with the Lord. Y'all do want to get your life together and live right. And it's like you're trying to get yourself out of it, and it's a constant battle. It's a constant struggle, because some of y'all are saying, well, if I choose to do right, if I choose to live right, and I put my foot down and say, hey, we can no longer do this, they're going to take my children away. I'm not going to see my children again. And that's hard, right? But I'm praying again, y'all, asking that God will give you strength. I'm praying and asking that God will give you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because you are worth it and you deserve better. Nobody deserves to be mistreated. Nobody deserves to be abused. Nobody deserves to be in a situation where they feel like they're with somebody and they're all alone and abandoned and all that other stuff. Like, God didn't create you for that. He didn't create you to be in those type of relationships. Okay. And so just want to tell the men to stay encouraged, because God is showing me you guys, and I do see y'all, and I'm praying for y'all, because it can be hard. I've been through that myself. I can relate myself, and it can be hard, because men, y'all tend to face a lot, especially men of color. um some of y'all, the type of work that y'all do, God show me, y'all work stressful jobs, and y'all praying as God to let you be able to go home safely every day. And then once you get home, you got to come home to a household that's not full of peace, to a household to where you have to fight when you get home. You're already fighting at work with your colleagues and the different types of things that you see out in the field when you're working. And then you got to come home to stress and fight again. That's very, very stressful. And that's not how God intended us to live. So I'm definitely praying for you all. Stay encouraged. I will keep you lifted up in prayer. Just know that God, He does hear you and He does see you. Because like I said, God has been allowing me to see it in the spirit and pick it up in the spirit. And I'm praying for you guys, because y'all are a good man. Y'all are a good man. Whenever God was showing me, and it tickled me, whenever God was showing me His sons that are going through things during this time, He said to me, the line off of, wait until the exhale. He's a good man, Savannah. And I just chuckled, because you are a good man. Like, y'all are good men. Y'all are very, very good men. And once you take that leap of faith, once you ask God to give you strategy, God will usher in someone that will come in and be the wife that He has ordained for you. But you just have to take that leap of faith. I know it can be scary. I know it can be fearful, especially when there's children involved. But just know that God didn't give you the spirit of fear, only love, power, and a sound mind. And if God be for you, who can be against you? Okay? So I love you. I pray that you all have an amazing day. Again, stay encouraged, and I will chat with you all later.